Jim Goodwin, Jim Naywins, Jim Badloss. Call him what you want, but I think we'll be calling him soon the former manager of Aberdeen. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We're here to talk about Mr. Jim Goodwin and the fact that his team is on a downward spiral. They've had bad results followed by bad results, but nothing gets much worse than a 5-0 defeat against Hearts. No disrespect to Hearts, no disrespect to anybody. I think even a 5-0 defeat against either Old Firm team in Glasgow is a shocking result. But to lose 5-0 against Hearts at Tynecastle, for a guy that's already under pressure, a guy that's spent money, a guy that I think he's got one win since Aberdeen returned from the winter break for the World Cup.
It was a 1-0.
Yeah.
Also drew a game 0-0
against Ross County, who are struggling. He'd 4 defeats in a row. I mean, it's not good enough.
Another thing, I think it fuels that argument of the only try against Rangers.
Yeah, how can you go from a good performance against Rangers there in the Scottish Cup, the League Cup semi-final? You narrowly lost that game. Could argue if Stewart wasn't a fucking idiot, maybe they would have got a different result.
And also the other game, they should have won that 2-1.
And then you look at this and you're thinking, how can it be so bad? I mean, you can argue fitness, you can argue, well, they just played there, but I mean, come on, that shouldn't mean you lose 5-0 here. That's not a good enough excuse.
No, if that's the excuse he's using, he shouldn't be in charge. I do what? I think this is it. I think that this has to be it. I don't think anyone could walk away from this.
Well, he was asked on his post-match interview about how the Aberdeen go about achieving their expectations for the start of the season, their goals, their objectives. How do they go about achieving them now with this heavy defeat? The fact that they're now 9 points behind Hearts in the battle for third. Jim Goodwin said he's not worried about that right now. He says they will think about that tomorrow. But you've got to wonder if Ronan Keating once says, if tomorrow never comes, and I don't think tomorrow.
No, it's just gonna stay at 23:59 for Jim Goodwin.
Yeah, tomorrow might not come for Jim. Well, it might come. He just might not want it to come.
He's done. It's time to go, as Claude would say. It's over. I don't think there's many Aberdeen fans are in the Goodwin court. Who are they going to get? Davy Moyes could be getting sacked soon. The Aberdeen have the pull of a Davy Moyes?
Definitely not.
No. Although he was linked to a move to Hibs not so long ago.
Well, for Davy Moyes to turn up at Aberdeen, it would take one of two things. It would take either Aberdeen to launch an all-out attack and be willing to commit and spend more money than they've ever spent before in a bid to try and get some success, or it would take Davy Moyes to take one of the biggest pay cuts we've ever seen in football. And I don't know what one's more likely, considering Davy Moyes is a Scotsman, and they do say we're pretty tight.
And we're talking about probably half a century since the last time that a team attempted to compete with the Old Firm in terms of money. So,
well, what do you reckon Moyes is on at West Ham?
A year?
I'd say he's at least on 5 million.
Easy peasy.
Let's just say he's on 5 million. That works out to just over 100 grand a week.
Fuck, I might be a bit. Well, you know what? I think he would be on a bit.
I think he will be on that.
When you look at they're a big club, West Ham, a London club. Look at what they're spending. I'd say it's easily that.
Right.
At least with bonuses and shit, it would be 5 million a year.
Well, actually, no. Just under 100, under less than 100. So if he's on 5 million a year, then that means he's on just less than 100 grand.
Well, he's going to be on about 20 times more.
Right. Okay.
Than what he would be at Aberdeen.
What's he going to get at Aberdeen?
Couple of grand
a week. Let's say
a couple of grand a year.
Let's say he was getting 10 grand a week. It's just he'd have to take about I'd say. And I think 10 grand a week at Aberdeen, you'd be doing really well to get. I think
I think the only way you see a player or a manager like that who's on that sort of money if it's their first gig back in after a few years out. They dip their toes in the water. In this case, it would be piss. It would be water.
Or they're burnt or their bridges and they're desperate for a job. They've been humbled and they just need to accept anything they can get their hands on.
Jose Mourinho, but
he would need to take a 90% pay cut to come to, and that's at the least, probably even more than that.
Well, how much of a pay cut's Goodwin going to take come tomorrow morning?
100%.
100%. He's going to be no money.
Well, I mean,
he wins.
The interviewer seems to think he's going to survive till tomorrow. Goodwin seems to think he's going to survive till tomorrow. I think a lot of Aberdeen fans wanted him gone for a while now, and especially with the investments that they made at the start of the season, they've spent money. Although you could argue, they lost their best players, so that money, the money. I do feel a bit bad for him. Like,
I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I know it's not half time, it's full time, but we're Aberdeen in the game.
No,
Was there a chance against like Dundee United against Ayside?
is it over? Aye, it's fucking over.
Is Goodwin's reign over?
It was over 45 minutes ago. You fucking dafty. Aye, I think Jim Goodwin's going to get sacked. I'm not saying he'll get sacked tonight, but I don't think he'll take to the dugout for another Aberdeen game.
No. Yeah. When will the next time they'll play it? Well, it must be the weekend in the Scottish Cup. Well, I'll tell you what. If he doesn't get sacked tonight and they get knocked out the cup, that's it. That has to be it.
It will be au revoir, Jim Goodwin.
Au revoir, Jim Goodwin. Where will they go next? I don't know where they'll go next. I think if he gets sacked for Aberdeen, if Lee Johnson gets sacked for Hibs, would they move for him if he gets sacked? Could you just see a role reversal? One goes to one, the other goes to the other? Well, should just sum the two of them
shite
up.
for shite. No, I would say Jim Goodwin's at least got a track record. I mean, Jim Goodwin's had some success. Although what doesn't look good for Goodwin is the fact that since he left St Mirren, you could argue they've got
better.
Aye.
But see, to be fair to him, like they're fourth in the league.
Fifth.
Or the fifth who's fourth? St Mirren?
Livingston. And Livingston have a game in hand.
Livingston got postponed tonight.
Livingston are 7 points behind Hearts with a game in hand. So if Livingston win, they go 4 points behind. Aberdeen are 9 points behind with no games in hand. So yeah, looks like only one team can stop Hearts for getting third place, and it's Davy Martindale.
It's Hearts. The only team that can stop Hearts is Hearts. There's no way they don't finish third. I'd actually, if it ain't going to be Hearts, I'd like it to be Livingston. I could just see the Tony Macaroni, or whatever it's called, being a fortress in Europe.
Could you imagine Davy Martindale hitting the European night scene? Are you on the drink, Davy?
What? You on the drink? What?
Like imagine that trip that Dundee United got to Amsterdam. Oh, come on, Davy Martindale in Amsterdam.
He wouldn't come back.
That needs to happen. That needs to fuck happen.
Junkie Davy in the red light district.
I'm gonna petition to get Davy Martindale.
Aye, Hearts, fucking sell it. Take fourth. Fourth's good enough.
Well, here, you're laughing. Third place again this season guarantees European football group stage. That's massive. See the amount of money Hearts made, like, what, £3-4 million profit this season? Just for being in Europe alone?
That's the thing, though, like, I'm not burying Kelly here, but what are they going to do with 3 or 4 million? It's not going to go into the team. Might go into the junkie fund.
You look at this January transfer window, Hearts have been able to bring in some good players. We're only halfway through it. They've given Kai Rolls a 5-year deal. I mean, if Hearts didn't get that European money, I don't know if those same deals would have happened. So yeah. We'll see. But
for Goodwin, he will not see. He will not see tomorrow morning. Well, he's not going to get kilt, but he won't be seeing it in red unless he's going to Kelty Hearts or something.
What's your percentage? What would you, out of 100? What would you say likelihood of getting sacked? I would say it's
90-10.
I don't think it's that high, but I'd say it's high. Like I think it's about. I'd say about 75.
I'm not saying he's going to get sacked in the next hour and a half. Like, but I mean, if I woke up and I saw Jim Goodwin sacked, I would be like, oh, well, I saw that coming. Can you see us now? Can you see the P45 coming? He's gone, man. It's a time. Lee Johnson. Wait, Hearts play Hibs at the weekend, don't they?
Lead high. Scottish Cup.
Nielsen's on a slaying spree.
Tell you what, I think if Johnson loses, if Hibs get a heavy defeat at the weekend, is he no gone?
He has to be gone. Is it Easter Road?
Aye, but still, I mean.
Yeah, it doesn't mean much. Like
8 games, the last 8 Edinburgh derbies, Hibs haven't won any.
That's pish. But I'll tell you what, right? See that Livingston game tonight, Dundee United? They called it off an hour before kick-off. Imagine you travelled all the way down for Dundee just for them to be like, oh no, the pitch is frozen.
That's bullshit, because they'd done a pitch inspection earlier and they said it was on.
I'd be
so
pissed.
Much for these all-weather pitches.
I know.
Go plastic, go green.
Go green.
Aye, save the planet. You can't even fucking save a game of football. Useless bastards.
In other news though, Celtic and Rangers won. That's about it.
One team slightly more convincing than the other.
Aye, Rangers were pissed like, but they go over the line. Morelos is back, 2 goals and an assist.
Aye, Morelos, big fat.
All these people abusing Morelos. He's fucking like he's the fattest he's ever been. He's still racking in the goals.
He's better than Cholak, isn't he? Like, I mean, I think he is.
Oh, I mean, Cholak's got more goals than him, but I mean, I think everyone knows Morelos is better than Cholak.
Apart from Anthony Stewart, but what does he know about football?
No, I know. He just said that because he's a fucking nonce.
Not a fucking lot, like.
I know, honestly. But anyway, that's it. Goodwin's sacked in the morning. This video will be true tomorrow.
Anthony Stewart, by the way, didn't he play the night? Is he the reason why they lost 5 goals?
He came on? Did he not?
No.
I saw Stewart come on. Is there a different Stewart?
Greg Stewart?
When's the last time he played for Aberdeen?
Probably a while ago, like.
I probably was a while
He's
ago.
back on loan. What colour was this Stewart guy that
I
came
don't
on?
know, I wasn't watching the game. It was white, the writing. Like, I don't know if it was black, it would have changed to black, but no.
And on that note...
Peace. Goodwin's out of here, son.